everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World review. Today we take a look at the new Dinoscape Sammy and Velociraptor Dino Pack. Whew, the last two campers have been kind of hard for me to get my hands on. Thankfully, Sammy popped up the other day on Amazon for regular retail price, which is $14.99, so I was able to snag her. And hopefully I can track down a Brooklyn. It's been really tough for me to find one of those. She's been like 30 bucks on Amazon for weeks on end, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time before more supply hits Amazon and retailers. I'll be able to finish off the camper set in no time. But I'll leave a link to that Amazon listing down below in the description. And these packs are showing up in some retail stores. I believe Kroger's, if there's one near you, these are showing up pretty regularly. And I'm sure it's just a matter of time before we see these pop up at Walmart. So let's just go over the package really quick. Before we crack Sammy open, comes in the Dinoscape Dino Pack packaging. Got the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo up here. Toro the Carnotaurus. Darius. You got the Smash Paddock fence in the background. And then turn the box over. You get a nice picture of Sammy, the Velociraptor, and the two Compsognathus accessories that she comes with. And then down here in the corner are the other Dino packs that are coming out. Like I said, I'm having a really hard time trying to get my hands on Brooklyn. I'm sure Darius will be showing up really soon. I really don't want to do it. I don't want to get another Darius figure. But, you know, it's kind of hard to pass up with that green baby Brachiosaurus. And I do like the accessories. It comes with the binoculars and the Raptor resonating chamber. So, yeah, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and end up with two Dariuses. I've been avoiding the Darius landmines for a while now. I've not picked up anything else that he's been included in other than that first multi-pack that came out at Target about a year and a half ago. So, anyways, ain't enough about the packaging. Let's crack Sammy open and take a closer look. So let's start with a nice 360-degree view of this set. Sammy came out absolutely fantastic. I think she's one of the best camper figures so far. Originally, it was Kenji. I think Kenji looks great, but I think Sammy looks just a little bit better. Haven't got my hands on Brooklyn yet, so I guess time will tell on that. But right now, Sammy's definitely looking like the best camper figure. Just love the paint apps on her. The flower top came out really, really nice on her. And she comes with, you know, random generic Raptor number 275 in the Mattel line. It would have been nice if this Raptor was actually colored to the ones that showed up in Camp Cretaceous Season 4. But I actually do think we're getting that color scheme. I think it's going to be available in the Fierce Force line or maybe one of the Wild Packs. I don't remember where I saw that color scheme, but it would have been nice if we actually got a canon, Camp Cretaceous canon colored Raptor in this set. And she actually comes with a couple Compsognathus accessories. Those are always a welcome addition. I love those, how you can attach them to the human figures. But these actually come in different colors. We got bright green and dark brown, so you have some nice little variety in your horde of Compsognathus. So, you know, a good set. You know, the only reason you're picking it up for is Sammy. So, yeah, definitely like it. Definitely worth it. All right, let's try this again. I have to re-record the last 3/4 of this review because my microphone was not plugged in properly. So now we're going to do some measurements. The Velociraptor, if you measure it along the curve of the tail, is about 8 inches long and just about 3.5 inches tall. Sammy is just under 3 3/4 inches tall, which will put her in that 1/18 scale range. Now let's take a look at the two accessories that come with this pack. The Compsognathus, we got two of them in different colors. We got a dark brown one and a bright green one. These are the exact same ones that have been coming with the Legacy Collection figures. And they're fun little accessories. I think these are the first two that actually been cast in a different color than that dark green that we were seeing. So they're really neat. I love these things because you can clip them on to the figures to make them look like they're getting mauled or, you know, humped by them. And just really appreciate it. The more the merrier with these. I think I have a whole bag full of these because of all the ones that came. I think each Legacy figure came with two of them. I think there's 3 or 4 separate sculpts for these. So here is the brown one with its old green counterpart. And let's get this stupid Raptor out of the way so camera can focus in on these. You can see they're exactly the same sculpt. And let's grab the other one. And here's the bright green one with its dark green counterpart. Now let's take a look at the Velociraptor. We've seen this mold a lot in the line. I think there's at least 20 or 30 Raptor variants using this mold. So yeah, we've seen this thing a lot. This poor mold has been used and abused more than a Ditto in a daycare. So yeah, really not much to say about it. Body's cast in a dark gray. You do have these bright yellow markings on the back of the neck, back and tail. And, it does a couple things right. Some things I've been complaining about with some of the larger figures. It actually has paint on the tail, and you can see the pupil is actually painted in. A lot of the times, Mattel will, paint the iris, and then the pupil is just left open. It's just the base plastic in the back. So it's nice to see that they, painted this random generic Raptor figure with a little bit more love than some of their larger figures. So that's kind of disappointing to see. So you can see the eye is orange with that black pupil. The lower jaw is cast in white plastic. You do have a little bit of white for the underside of the throat, and that is it for paint apps on here. The claws aren't painted in. I always say on these Raptors, it go the extra mile and just paint them. They'll do it. I think they did it on one of the Attack Pack Blue figures. They painted the claws on there, and it makes a world of difference. So it's just a shame that they just don't go the extra mile with these things. And then turn the figure over. Here is the scan code for those of you who want to scan this into the Fax app, and that's pretty much it for this Velociraptor. Now moving on to the reason you are picking this pack up, Sammy. I think she turned out absolutely fantastic. I think it's one of the best likenesses on the camper figures so far. Love the paint apps on her top. The flower pattern came out really, really nice. The lower legs are cast in a really dark blue to make it look like denim. There's a little bit of texture in it on there. I thought there was a little bit of a wash, but it's just my light reflecting off it, giving it that illusion. Her cowgirl boots are painted a nice brown color. You can see the headband on her head is nicely painted. Just a tiny, tiny bit of sloppy paint right there, but really not a big deal. You can see her hair is also nicely sculpted. Just love how her likeness came out. I think they did a really good job with that. The eyes are printed on nicely. Same thing with the lips. And for articulation on her head is on a ball joint. It goes side to side. You can look up like a millimeter, look down like a half a millimeter. The arms can swing out to the side to about 90 degrees. They can rotate 360. You get about 90 degrees of bend at that elbow joint, and then you get a little bit of rotation at that joint. She does have waist articulation. She can do the full splits. Her legs can kick out that far. They can't really go back that far because of the butt plate. And then she can get about just under 90 degrees of bend at the knees. I would love to see kind of like a Black Series treatment to some of these 3 3/4 inch figures. Just a little bit more articulation, especially at the hands and on the ankle joint. It just make posing these figures a little bit more fun. I don't think Mattel will ever do that, but just me wishful thinking. All right, moving on to comparisons. First up here it is with the Wild Pack Baby Brachiosaurus, and next up here it is with the Fierce Force Velociraptor, which I still consider one of the worst figures in the entire Mattel line. I did not like this thing. I think the action feature is absolutely garbage, and I just hate the potbelly look on this figure. I really hope we never ever see this mold used again. And next up, here it is with the Sinoceratops. Let's not have it block the Velociraptor. And next up, here it is with the new star of Camp Cretaceous Season 4, Pierce the Kentrosaurus. And next up, here it is with the Mega Destroyer Pentaceratops. I just love how crazy big the head is on this figure. And next up, can't do Camp Cretaceous comparisons without comparing it to the Scorpius Rex that really does not want to stand right now. There we go. We all know Sammy had a horrible encounter with this creature in Season 3. And lastly, for dinosaur comparisons, here it is with the extreme chomping Spinosaurus, the big bad from Jurassic Park 3, finally makes its return in Camp Cretaceous Season 4. And finally, here's Sammy with the rest of the campers. Just one away to Sneak Brooklyn. I know I keep repeating myself. I just really want to get this set complete. And like I said, I think Sammy has one of the best likenesses among all these figures, except maybe tied with Kenji. I think Kenji turned out absolutely fantastic. And since we're talking about likenesses, Mattel really needs to go back and resculpt the head on Darius. It looks nothing like him. I'm sure, this was the first Camp Cretaceous figure to come out, and then there was no other figures for a while, so I'm sure Darius probably got changed sometime during pre-production, because these figures are developed a year ahead before the show comes out. But it'd be really nice if they just resculpted his head, and while they're at it, just give him the white t-shirt and get rid of the yellow jacket. He only wore the jacket, I think, for 1 or 2 episodes, and he's been wearing the white t-shirt for 4 seasons now. So we really, really need an updated Darius for our collection. And hopefully they go back and give us a season 1 Ben before he went all like Lord of the Flies. So final thoughts on this set. Really doesn't matter what I think because, we're all picking this up to complete our camper set. And, Sammy is obviously the star of the pack. She's the whole reason you're going to be picking it up. I don't see a lot of people picking up for the Velociraptor, except if you're among those few that want to collect every Velociraptor variant in the line. And I know there's some out there, and God bless you. Like I said a few times, Sammy turned out absolutely great. I love the Compsognathus accessories. The more the merrier with those. I love messing around with them. The Velociraptor is extremely forgettable. Once I'm done with this review and I throw him in the storage bin, I probably will never lay a hand on this figure ever again. And like I said at the beginning of the review, got this figure off of Amazon for retail. At the time of this recording this review, it's back up to like those high scalper prices. But keep checking it and maybe you'll get lucky and snag it for retail. The link to that Amazon listing is down below in the description. And it should be a matter of time before these figures start showing up in actual retail stores other than like Kroger's and stuff. So that will do it for the review. I'm still on the hunt for the new Fierce Force figures and the Wild Pack Wave 3, namely the Shringosaurus. So hopefully I will find those soon. I really, really hate going to stores this time of year. It's just an absolute headache and nightmare. So hopefully they show up like a week or two after the holiday so I don't have to deal with the public. I should be getting the rest of my Wave 3 Ceratopsians, I think sometime today, so I'll be finishing the reviews on those in the next coming week or two, so be on the lookout for those reviews. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys for the next one.